There is no doubt that crypto is making big waves in the industry. You've definitely heard about cryptocurrency and have heard people having major arguments as well as technical debates about it. But while some would rather stick to watching other people earn it and keep on reading interesting crypto-related headlines, there are those who are actively working on ensuring that they earn massively from the platform. Crypto is the future, and we're going to be telling you why. But before we get into it, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to the channel, as well as ding that notification bell so you never miss another update from us. The reason why it'll become the main currency of the future. This is one of the things the economic crisis from 2008 revealed to us, and that is that traditional banks and systems are inherently flawed. So many more people are seeing the need for viable alternatives, and that is where crypto comes in. People are now seeking a secure, decentralized banking system which doesn't involve banks and governments in the whole equation. The crazy part about all this is that even banks are aware. Germany's Deutsche Bank is recorded to have stated in their Image 2030 report about how fragile the traditional money system is. They went ahead to stipulate that by 2030, over 20 million people will be using digital currency, and by this time, traditional money will already be on the way out. And this is not just the Deutsche Bank's stipulation. Jack Dorsey from Twitter has also believed that Bitcoin will eventually become the world's single currency. Elon Musk had also affirmed that crypto is a far better way to transfer value than a piece of paper. And even China's state television called Bitcoin the blockchain technology that makes crypto possible. As with every technological advancement, you need to get familiarized with crypto. You remember when cell phones and the internet were first introduced to the public? You maybe don't, but at first, people were very wary and they resisted adapting it altogether. There was talks of, they're gonna monitor us, which was one of the more primary concerns that was voiced among many that were not interested in the newfound tech. Of course, this isn't to say that you're not being monitored, but the internet does play a major role in our lives in these times. Heck, you wouldn't even be watching this if it weren't for the internet, so there you go, point proven. Researchers have stated that cryptocurrency is the second greatest technological innovation. We believe the researchers as well, you should too. And there's good news for you if you haven't yet gotten up to date on cryptocurrencies. You still have time. Yes, there's still time for you to catch up. Now, you don't want to be one of those people doubting a major technological innovation, do ya? And just like we now greatly rely on the internet for all of our info and communication needs, we're soon going to be getting to that point with cryptocurrencies where all of our financial transactions will be dependent upon cryptos. It also gives you an advantage in the technological space. Of course, you can use cryptocurrency to be able to send and receive money. You can also use it to save, but there's even greater opportunities that come with investing in cryptocurrency. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, for example. If I had invested in just $100 in Bitcoin 5 years ago, I would have $2,500 in my Bitcoin wallet, and the price of Bitcoin is sure to gain new heights in the coming years. Other cryptocurrencies like Litecoin, Ethereum, Dash, Ripple, and so much more possess promising returns in the years to come. Also, they have huge potential to grow and bring in great returns to both savvy and dedicated investors. Of course, this isn't to say that you should just rush ahead onto investing in everything crypto. First, you need to take your time and get an education and experience before you put your money into it. But you really don't have more time to waste. Now, the time to keep up with the times and learn as much as possible about cryptos is going on at this point. After all, they are the future. Crypto proves to be a solid alternative for saving money. We've attempted to show you how much cryptocurrencies increase in value as the years go by, but let's compare this with our normal currency. If you had $100 cash and thought it was wise to bury it and leave it there for a decade, after those 10 years, the value of what you would get with $100 would be a lot less than it was 10 years ago. It's called inflation. You might think, well, duh, I wasn't planning on buying my money either, but here we're to tell you that won't make any difference. Banks have interest rates that vary depending upon the bank and, well, the bank's mood from 0 to unbelievably high. Plus, we should add this subtle disclaimer. Cryptocurrencies are indeed more volatile than regular currencies, but this is due to the fact that it's mostly new and is barely gaining any traction in the financial world. Just like at the start of 2018, when the price of Bitcoin tanked, but if you really think about it, you'd realize that Bitcoin has more or less recovered since that time. The upward trend that cryptocurrency has shown in recent times is very likely to continue and will get over any volatility volatility that may occur. This is what makes cryptocurrency such a great option for saving your money, especially in the long term. The benefits that come from saving in cryptocurrencies will end up beating banks' interest rates by a mile. Cryptocurrencies save you from inflation. We had earlier mentioned that inflation and traditional money seem to have a toxic relationship, but we'll explain it in clearer terms. The problem with traditional money is that it's always reducing in value, not coincidentally, might I add. Apparently, governments and central banks do this on purpose, especially in times of financial crises like the one that we all faced in 2020. And in times like those, there is a shortage of money, and hence governments try to beat the problem by just printing more money. Here's a surprise piece of information. 22% of existing dollars at the moment was created by the government in 2020 alone, when the federal government put in $2 trillion into the economy. Now, that might sound like a brilliant idea, making money out of thin air, but when you think about the consequences, it's no longer appealing. What really happens when more money is printed during such dire situations is that more money is in circulation, but the number of goods that the money is chasing remains the same, and the value of the money goes down compared with the value of those goods and services. This is what we end up calling inflation, and it's a never-ending problem with traditional money. This is why smart investors will trust gold over money, because even in times of economic crises, gold just doesn't appear out of thin air, and it's able to retain its value. Bitcoin, along with other cryptocurrencies just like gold, don't get created as short-term fixes to major financial problems. Thus, cryptocurrencies retain their value and remain inflation-proof. Investing in cryptos is as easy as opening a Facebook account. Right now, there are billions of Facebook users all over the world. Why? Well, because it's easy and accessible. Now, you don't have to queue for your Facebook form before you open up your account, and you can open up one right from the comfort of your home. This is why many folks love Facebook, and it's why cryptocurrencies alter the future of financial transactions. You don't need a PhD in finance or even a major degree in programming to start investing in cryptos. All you need is a good smartphone and internet access. Yep, that's all you need to start investing in cryptos. Compared to other traditional investments, cryptocurrencies are easy to invest in due to the fact of their high liquidity. This means that you can easily buy and sell cryptocurrencies without ever having to wait or go through extra stress. For stocks and bonds, you need a high amount of money to start investing, but with cryptocurrencies, you're free to start as small as you want. Also, there are no institutions or paperwork or, well, anything of that sort. All you need is an account, get a wallet, track your assets, and you're good to go. Your money is in your hands. You control your cryptocurrency, unlike regular banks, which banks and governments overly control. This is the beauty of crypto. It's controlled by nobody and everybody at all the same time. Bitcoin, for example, has its code stored in thousands of nodes, and the computers of tens of thousands of people who voluntarily run the Bitcoin software. There's no mastermind or central authority behind it. Each of its users has maximum control, and it's in everybody's interest to ensure that the network is kept active and healthy. This ends up giving Bitcoin another advantage over banks. And while banks are only open at specific hours of the day, depending on what country they operate in, blockchain functions non-stop. And you also know that sometimes bank transactions can take up to 48 hours to clear, but Bitcoin can take as little as 15 minutes to 1 hour to clear a transaction. Pretty sweet, right? Cryptocurrencies are the best security on the market. Now, you might be wondering how safe cryptocurrencies might actually be if there's no big organization to monitor them. But we are here to tell you that they're completely safe. Cryptocurrency has the best security out there, and this is even reflected in how the information is stored. Whenever a transaction occurs and digital money gets transferred to a new user, this money gets a permanent record and can't be erased, even after changing hands. Also remember that the Bitcoin software is controlled by thousands of users, unlike banks that have one central database. If anybody tries to tamper with the Bitcoin software, the other tens of thousands will cross-reference each other and correct errors that could come up. This is also true of other cryptocurrencies, and the fact of the matter is that the bigger the network, the more secure it is. Another reason cryptocurrencies are the best security in the market is that they come with the lowest fees as far as investments are concerned. Investing, buying, and holding other assets usually comes with high fees, but for crypto, the fees aren't so high and they're determined by its users. These reasons and many more are why crypto's the future. So, if you haven't yet started investing, now would be a good time to do so. We hope that you learned a thing or two from this video, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that way you don't miss out on any content. Also, leave a comment as to what you've learned from crypto. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.